I was pretty surprised this morning. There's been a lot of like negativity and stuff lately around Diablo 4. I did a couple reacts to some like why the game's not so great, why it's dying. Like I've done a couple of those recently, and I was getting a little bit burned out, to be honest, of seeing some of the negativity. Not even that I necessarily disagreed with all the negativity as much as we all kind of agree where the fallacies are in this game. For the most part, I see people tend to agree with some of the major critiques, but you just get sick of hearing it. It's like if there's something wrong in your day-to-day life, let's say you're not as in shape as you would like to be. I speak that because right now I'm doing my athletic greens and trying to drink veggies and trying to work out because I'm a skinny, sweaty gamer boy, and I thought it'd be nice to be able to walk up my own stairs without losing my breath. But, if someone told me that every single day of my life, even though I agree with them, it might get kind of annoying. So when I saw this on Reddit, which is normally one of the most negative places, especially around this game, it kind of put a little bit of a smile on my face because it says, I've been seeing a lot of critiques about Diablo 4 comment about something Diablo did right. Now, as I scroll down through this, I want to go through the list of what people actually like about this game and try to say what my opinion is about that as well and kind of spread some of the positivity. So I thought that would be a fun topic for today. So the first person says, definitely Strongholds. It's so much fun going through what feels like a mini overworld dungeons. I actually completely agree with this point. I think Strongholds are fascinating because they're always about 2 levels higher than you, I believe is the way the math works, unless we're talking like you're level 10 and it's a 45 or something. That challenge is available to you. But there's been many times that I have done some of the strongholds, like the one in Giacul or whatever in the bottom left before you go to the PvP zone. There's one stronghold in particular that's quite difficult that has higher levels. So I went there like 30 or something, or on the 28 or something really low level on the rogue. And that's how I was feeling how strong my rogue is, because I was pushing way past what it felt like should have been able for me to accomplish. But it was one of the best boss fights I've ever had, was actually at that stronghold while massively underleveled. So I actually agree with that. The strongholds thematically, as well as the design and the bosses, tend to be some of the best parts in the game. As we go on to the next one, it says, kind of weird, but the icons of the abilities being kind of stained glass style. I actually didn't even realize this one, but let's take a look. Whoa, he's actually right. I mean, look at Bloodwave. That definitely looks like it's supposed to be stained glass. Some of these don't as much, but the actual skills do. Bone Spirit does. Corpse Tendrils does. That actually makes sense with a lot of the theme that's going on. The church scene is one of the first things we've ever seen in this game, and Lilith herself has kind of a stained glass theme going on. Let me actually show you something here. Check this out. This is my stained glass Lilith. Now, the camera is going to make it flickering here, so unfortunately it's going to look like it's flickering, but that is just a backlit sort of stained glass type of thing, and you can kind of change the pattern of how it goes and whatnot, but that's kind of what it looks like. I think that's kind of cool, and that's what it reminded me of. Sound design is amazing and deserves more love. I think the skill sounds are pretty good. I feel like they fit thematically as well as it feels satisfying to listen to. I thought the music was good, but not as memorable as I was originally thinking. Now, I do very heavily agree with this one, that the voice acting is quite good. I actually think the voice acting has gotten better and better. And we talked about this in the last reaction video I did, but basically that Diablo 1's voice acting was a little over the top for me. Granted, it's way older. I mean, we're talking years and years and years, so they've obviously gotten better. But the voice acting in these games, even in Mordo's voice acting, was actually really good as well. So in almost any of these games, it seems like the voice acting seems to be a W. Moving on to the next one here. You can play for any amount of time. Got 20 minutes, go kill some mobs or grab some statues of Lilith. Girlfriend out of town, nothing but whiskey, pizza, and degenerate attitude. Play for 16 hours straight. On point, love it. That feels to me like, I think most ARPGs probably have that, though maybe not so much. Maybe some of them, like Lost Ark, I feel like when I logged in, I couldn't do a whole lot in 20 minutes. This one for me is hilarious. Monsters explode nicely when I bonk them with Hoda. Check this out. What's funny is this is what I have mentioned as well. When I was live streaming the Barbarian, testing him out for the first time, I was like, this is one of the most satisfying moves. Here, let me show you. When you give someone a whack with Hoda, all right, hold on, low level, so I got to generate the fury here. You give them a whack, they explode into like this giant like puddle of goo. This should be a better example here. Let's give them a good whack. You see what I mean? They kind of pop. So yeah, I actually agree with that guy a good amount. The explosion of Hoda feels very satisfying. Wait a minute, is that item actually good? It's an upgrade. Look at that. The Necro armor might be the best designed I've seen in any game. I actually read this and prepared because I wanted to show you. I completely agree with this. The Necromancer gear looks great. I wanted mine to look like a fallen Jedi, so this is kind of what I came up with. But then if you actually look at the different armor available, and let's change the color to something that's a little bit more memorable here, like purple. Like if you just go Bone Weaver, and even if you do the pre-programmed ones, like let's just do a full Bone Weaver set, I think that looks amazing. But most of these actually have pretty good sets that fit together and thematically sort of make sense. And you can kind of poke through them and take a look if you want. But I completely agree. The Necromancer's bone gear is some of the best looking gear I've seen in almost any game. This is one I think people have mixed opinions on, but that it's the Butcher evokes the first feeling of running into him in Diablo 1, and recapturing that feeling was a brilliant gameplay design. So I have seen mixed reviews about the Butcher. When I round into him in softcore, I think, oh, he's either going to make me teleport back because I don't have the DPS to kill him if I'm super early, or I think, okay, he's going to drop an item I kind of don't care about. But when I'm playing him on hardcore, he is absolutely terrifying. When I was playing my Sorcerer, he showed up both times at like inappropriate times for me to be able to kill him, where I had like one potion left, etc. And I'm like running for my life, and he's grabbing and hooking me back, etc. So I actually agree with that in terms of hardcore. Seeing Andario and Durio again with the incredible boss fight was incredible, nostalgic nod. Lilith being a complex character, not just evil incarnate, because evil was refreshing me for a great story. I think a good way of being able to tell that this is actually true is the fact that so many people say that Lilith was nicer than Inarius, and you actually have to look into what Lilith's actions are instead of what she just says, where, you know, people are turning into demons and people are dying and people are being set on fire and all of these things. And then the armor merchant saying, "Hell do you, Wanderer," with the same inflection as "Hell do you, champion" from Diablo 2. Act 4 armor vendor makes me smile every time. This is one that I can't appreciate as much, being somebody that did not play as much of Diablo 2, but I'm glad there's some nostalgia in there as well. Then we're going to get into some more generic kind of overall type of compliments, like the world is huge and gorgeous. Some of the monsters are brilliantly designed. Love the spider host. Oh, I love the spider host, except for each one of these blow up. Blizzard's smart enough to let you skip the campaign with subsequent alts. I was actually surprised that you can beat the campaign on softcore and then skip it on hardcore. I thought that was super nice. And well thought out, because I think a lot of people want to play softcore first, and then they want to challenge themselves with hardcore. I am one of those people. So when I saw that they let me skip the campaign, I don't have to do all of that again as hardcore, I was like, wow, that's actually like super nice. I can sort of make my character immediately and not feel like, oh my God, I just did all of this. So I actually agree with that. Strongholds are awesome. Yeah, that's going to be a common point that people seem to like. Transmog, once again here, that the Transmog are pretty good. I would like to see an armory added to the Transmog. I think everyone would, but I completely agree that Transmog's actually pretty good. Immortal just got Transmog after over a full year of the game being there. Another compliment here for the voice acting as well as the side quests have a lot of soul. This is one that seems to have a mixed opinion. I've seen people saying side quests are boring and don't do anything, but I've also seen that the side quests add a lot of the bonus story, etc. into it, so it seems to be a mixed bag. Now, this guy had two interesting points I don't see other people bring up. The sigils have a good economy, and it's relatively easy to only run keys you want to ignore, fixes you don't. Whereas it does feel like the in and out of them, like how I'm using one and then I get like one more, I can salvage the ones I don't want and craft another one, is better than I would have originally thought. I was thinking that maybe it's like Grey the Rift keys, where it's just kind of annoying, but the sigils actually feel pretty good. And then Helltides, this is the first time someone mentioned Helltides, are solid after the buffs and really are engaging in fun events. I like the Helltides. I don't think I like them as much as this guy does in particular, but I do like that Helltides are something that kind of happens on the map at different times. There's a really good website, by the way, for this. It's called helltides.com, and it will show you where all the chests are, when oh, there goes my alarm, where the chests are, where the mystery chest is, when the next one's going to appear. So helltides.com, check them out. But we'll end it on this one, which is that this guy loves this thread. He loves, and I'm sure he loves it because there's been a lot of negativity lately, so I kind of wanted to do a positive one as well, because I'll be honest, too many negative videos in a row, even if it's channels I love, and it gets a little bit disappointing, because maybe you guys are actually really enjoying the game. I'm still playing the game, obviously, so a lot of us are still enjoying it. And what I love most about this game is the potential. The bones are there, the space, the tech, the room for storytelling. It can only get better. And this is one thing that I wanted to say at the end. If you're not enjoying the game, that's perfectly fine. In fact, the lead dev during the dev live stream chat said that it's okay to take breaks from this game. Like Blizzard says it. Take a break, play a different game for a little while. Come back in Season 1 if you need to. If you need a break, Season 1 will be on the 20th. Perfectly normal. This game is designed to go like this. You have a big spike. People play it for a bit. You get bored, you dip back down, you take a break, you check out the next season or the next update, and there's nothing wrong with doing that if that's the type of player you're going to be. But this is me from a positive video a little bit today. Love you all. Thanks for watching, and we're going to go live. If you're interested in the live stream, that will be in the description as well as the pinned comment, and I will see you there.